Well, hello, Engineering 203. Quick huddle here before you get started on experiment or lab number one. That's about Bode plots. So you'll have this information, but going through this, it wants you to take this circuit here and come up with a transfer function. That is the output voltage here versus the input voltage. And you've actually built and done this circuit. If you go back to laboratory number 6, make sure this is in the view here, sorry about that, this circuit. If you go back to laboratory number 6 at the end of last term, Engineering 202, laboratory number 6 for Engineering 202, you built this circuit, and basically these were just rearranged, and you were taking the output voltage across the capacitor and the inductor, so you got a notch filter. Well, what we're going to do here with this circuit is we're going to take the output across the resistor, so we will expect to have a bandpass rather than a notch. So unfortunately we don't get to build this one this year, but you've actually built it before. So think about that. The two things that you're asked to do is to it says to find the transfer function and plot by hand or with something like Excel the theoretical value of the magnitude of the output voltage divided by the input voltage versus frequency. So you're going to have something like this, and if you do it by hand, do it on graph paper, make it look nicer than this. Whether you use hertz or radians per second, that's fine. Just make sure that you know what you're using and show what you're using, and then you've got your transfer function there, and it should look something like that. Then the second part of this, it asks you to take that same transfer function and make the Bode plot, and that's where the work in this lab is going to come in. It asks you to draw the Bode plot by hand on log paper or semi-log paper. So that's this. If you go to the back off there a little bit on that. If you go to this, if you go to the website Engineering 203 Labs and then Web Resources, there's a spot where you can actually print free graph paper. And what you're going to ask for when you get there is this is what you're going to get. This is the free graph paper, and you're going to want to get log that's 3 cycles by 5 divisions per inch. Okay, and you can play around with that, and you may have other resources for graph paper, and that's fine too. I will also send this out in a PDF form. I've got a PDF of this, so if you can't download that or you can't print it, I'll have it in PDF form. So with that, you now have the background to draw the Bode plot, and I want you to do the Bode plot by hand and then take a picture of it and put that into your report. How do you go about building the Bode plot? Well, I've got some resources for you there. If you look under Engineering 203 Labs and then it's Help with Bode plot, I've got 2 pages of work, and also remember that Appendix E of your textbook helps you with Bode plots. So keep all of that in mind as you go forward with that. Other than that, this lab is pretty straightforward. You'll obviously write your executive summary like you've been doing, and you've been doing a great job of that, and show your 2 plots and then comment on the validity of them and advantages and disadvantages of them, and you got it wrapped up and you're done. So I won't belabor this anymore. You guys have been doing a good job, so keep it up. Shoot me an email if you have questions. Take care.